Good morning, students. I, Dr. Mala Shrivastava, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KN Government PG College, Gyanpur, Bhadoi. Students, today I will teach you Unit 4, 19th Century, the Victorian Era. The Victorian Age or era was a remarkable period in the history of English literature. It was an era of material affluence, political awakening, democratic reforms, industrial and mechanical progress, scientific advancement, social unrest, educational expansion, idealism, and pessimism. Now, students, you are just worried that why I am just taking the names of, or you can say some points in this Victorian era. Students, these are the characteristics of Victorian era. In this period, the literature is wonderfully rich and varied, and it has transformed into life and literature. My first point is here an era of peace. The Victorian era was remarkable for its uninterrupted peace. The few colonial wars that took place during this period did not seriously disturb the national life. The liberals of this period were particularly ardent champions of universal peace, brotherhood, and justice. It was a peaceful epoch when Englishmen could complete the transformation of all aspects of their industrial, commercial, and social life without any dose of risk of violent interruptions that gave quite a different quality to the history of continental nation. The second point is prosperity and progress. As it was an age of peace, it made remarkable progress in industrial and mechanical development. Factories were established all over England and large-scale production added to the national wealth. Men are grown mechanical in head and heart as well as in hand. It was an era of prosperity, an era of aggressive nationalism, an era of rising imperialism. Rapid industrialization, commercial and material expansion also resulted in many evils, such as appalling social conditions of new industrial cities. The disintegration of the village community, which was also necessitated by industrial expansion, is expressed in Hardy's novel. Hardy is very famous novelist at the time of Victorian era. The third point is new education. As far as new education is concerned, it was registered by the passing of Education Acts by which education to a limited degree became compulsory. The education expansion produced an enormous reading public. As the publication of books became cheap, their production was multiplied. Education brought political and social awakening among the masses. The new reading public had no high literary standards. The most popular form of literature was the novel, and the novelist responded with a will. Much of their work was of a high standard, so much so that it has been asserted by competent critics that the middle years of the 19th century were the richest in the whole history of the novel. Now, by this explanation, you have understood that how much expansion was there at the time of Victorian era. Now, the fourth point is Victorian compromise, which is very important point at the time of Victorian era. This Victorian compromise, it was an era of turbulent social changes. Man was caught between two worlds, the one dead and the other not yet formed. The new democratic, scientific, and industrial forces tended towards the breaking down of the existing order. In the field of political life, there was a compromise between democracy and aristocracy. In voicing these doubts, you can say that in this era there was a compromise between democracy and aristocracy. Victorian era was characterized by many great social unrest. My next point is social unrest, social purpose, and realism. Victorian era was characterized by, again I am telling you, by great social unrest. Why is it so? Because at that time the class of wealthy capitalists and owners was rolling in wealth and luxury, but on the other hand, factory workers and laborers were leading a life of abject misery and poverty. The Industrial Revolution had appealed strongly to the baser instinct of the commercial classes. The writers were inclined to depict a realistic picture of contemporary life with a conscious purpose of reformation. As far as W. J. Long remarks, the Victorian age is emphatically an age of realism rather than of romance. Not the realism of Zola and Ibsen, but a deeper realism which strives to tell the whole truth, showing moral and physical diseases as they are, but holding up health and hope as a normal conditions of humanity. The next point is advance of democratic ideals. In the political sphere, the progress of democracy was a remarkable achievement. The political supremacy was the political supremacy of the landed aristocracy had been destroyed by the Reform Bill of 1832, but there was no improvement in the condition of working classes. The literature of their period derived greater energy and driving power from the democratic and humanitarian ideals. Women's liberation also characterized the Victorian epoch. Women were given political rights, and more of them came out their houses to take up independent career. Now the next point is the impact of science. The progress of science kept pace with the progress of democracy. Due to the spread of popular education, newspaper, magazines, and cheap books, the facts and speculations of scientists and thinkers passed rapidly into the possession of the reading public at large. The impact of science was so powerful on human mind that it had affected every channel of intellectual activity. The next point is revival of interest in the past. Though the Victorians were interested in contemporary social and political life, they still had a fascination for the old ages. Some pre-Raphaelites remained unaffected by sweeping tide of realism in fiction, and they were attracted toward the Middle Ages. Now, as I have told you that these are the points of characteristics of Victorian era, I would like to discuss some more points also, that how Victorian age is very long, but few writers, those who have flourished at that time, they are Browning, Tennyson, Matthew Arnold, Carlyle, Ruskin, Dickens, and Thackeray. They all just discussed the contemporary problems in their writings, and they have discussed about the moral and social values. Actually, the Victorian era has divided into two parts: the early Victorian period and the later Victorian period. The early Victorian period was the period of middle class supremacy and of unrestricted competition, extended from 1832 to 1817. The later Victorian period, in this period, the writers who came into prominence in 1870 are Pre-Rossetti, Swinburne, Morris, George Eliot, and Hardy. The Victorian age in English literature is remarkable for development of the novel. As far as novel is concerned, in the field of novel, some of the writers they became very famous, such as Hardy, George Eliot, and many others. Novel was an immensely popular literary form which attracted the great and ever increasing general reading public. Thus, we see a clear demarcation between the two periods of Victorian literature, the early Victorian period and the later Victorian period. But the difference between the writings of two periods is more apparent than real. To conclude, it can be inferred that they all belong to new age of democracy, industrial development, material growth and pessimism. Your assignment is write an essay on the Victorian compromise. Thank you.